Oh my fucking gosh, look at this. It's a giant pile of asphalt. Asphalt that they eat up with these big machines off of this interstate I-8T. I-8T. And a teapot dome scandal that runs concurrently in this state of Wyoming with a little 3T. Yes, it runs along with it. But yet they say that these trans things, they don't exist, Nancy Mace says. These trans things don't exist. But yet here is this interstate I-8T that runs together concurrently with this little state 3T. And here is a giant pile of salt and potash that they dump on the ground, as if to admit that they are quantumly entangled with a 3-year-old child that drinks blood out of a condom that they find on a public playground. Yes, we publicly drink innocently, while others wants to drink blood and eat brains privately. And they send them after us, stalk us from our home. Yeah, they send them after us from Florida to our home and stalk us to take away our rights and our defense and our firearms when the pigs say they're not going to protect us. Yes, Amy tells us that they ritually kill this girl, Tamika, and eat their brains. So Mooney goes, makes some inquiries with the pigs and says, hey, pigs, what do you know about this Tamika stuff? And the only thing they have to say to us is that they're not going to protect us. We're not going to protect you, they say. But it says protect and serve on their fucking cars. And so, since they say they're not going to protect us, then Mooney goes out and buys a gun because we say, well, shit, we've got to exercise these so-called fucking constitutional rights that we all are supposed to have. When we need to exercise them. When we have a need, a necessity. And yet, Nancy Mace and their bipartisan congressional fuckery, paper fuckery, sends our common law spouse, who we have these energy exchanges with, over the period of what they measure as 7 years. And they send them after us all the way from Florida to stalk us to our home and accuse us of stalking. Because in the place where we reside in this paper state of Ohio, there's this propensity to excuse personages born with vaginas and say that they can do no wrong. But if there's this penis that everybody hates because we drink publicly and can't help it, because we think it's a balloon, and they have weather balloons that crash in Roswell. They got this Egyptian god called Ra. And these weather balloons crash in Roswell. And then he finds this balloon in Ross County. Oh, look at this, Amy. Here's some bones. We know how you like bones, but Minnie's more interested in rocks. So anyways, because Nancy Mace wants to cover up their abuse of a child ever since they are 3 years old, so they can all get privately rich on a piece of paper, fucking a 3-year-old publicly on a playground, they deny us access to the toilet. They say we're not allowed to go to the toilet. We can't go to their toilet. We get abused by penises. And so we don't feel comfortable going into that stick figure room wearing trousers. Yes, they put an emblem on the door, a depiction of a stick figure wearing trousers. Minnie doesn't feel comfortable going in there. And so, when they take away our guns and our defense that we had purely for defense after somebody tells us that they ritually kill a person of color so that they can eat their brains. Well, we pick up that gun and we exercise our so-called fucking constitutional rights. They want to take them away from us. They want to take away our defense and make us vulnerable because they're all guilty. They know that eventually this little bit vampire is going to wake up and get woke and realize what they've all been doing to us ever since we were 3 years old. So they don't want us to have a gun. They don't want to feel vulnerable themselves. The guilty doesn't want to feel vulnerable while they go to church and have this Jabus creature and believe. Say they believe that they're forgiven for all this shit. Well, we don't forgive them. We don't have access to your fucking churches. Yes, we can't go there simply because we don't believe in it. Yes, we don't have a belief system. But we have necessities. We have necessities. They want to take those away from us too. They want to take those away from us too. Say we're not allowed to defend ourselves while they rape us. Yes, we're not allowed to have defense while they rape us. We're not allowed to use the fucking toilet. And so Mooney says, if a figment, if a Lilliputian growing out of the causality of a 3-year-old who publicly drinks blood on a children's playground, if this Lilliputian with paper rights and paper privileges, paper homes, paper jobs, paper families, paper friends, paper churches, paper racquetball clubs, paper courts that they won't allow us access to, deny us due process in their paper world, If one such as that can slap a fucking banana on a blank canvas with a piece of duct tape and make millions off of it while we're impoverished, then we have the necessity to take poops in sandy cracks in the desert. Yes. And if a banana slapped onto a blank canvas with a piece of duct tape is worth millions, then Mooney just shit a goddamned masterpiece.